Hey guys, welcome to episode 65 of LTFM. Let me just start it off with saying I woke up this morning, well, actually, midday yesterday. Like, I was at my job, started feeling like shit, and then it just kept getting worse throughout the day. Like, I was sitting there, and my nose is dripping, and then it wouldn't stop, and then I was sneezing a bunch, and went home, started getting a fever, right? That was fun. And then last night was a bunch of hell trying to sleep. Why is it that when you are sick and you go to lay down, your body like forgets to swallow? Cuz like you're producing spit on a regular day. You have to be. But when you're sick, it feels like your body's just like, I'm just not going to swallow. And then you're just like drooling everywhere. So I was trying to sleep with my stuffed animal last night, like I do every night, Simon Pig, and I couldn't do it. I was just drooling all over him, so I had to move him to the side, and that was sad. Whatever, fell asleep. Took some medicine last night though, and I think that saved me. So anyway, called off today because I'm not fucking doing it. Went over to Aaron's house and got some medicine, and I took a fat nap. And that was really good. It was what I needed. But anyway, so I'm going to start this off with a big fact, okay? I would rather get Sharpie or pen or paint or ink or anything else on my skin other than any kind of marker that says washable because it does not fucking come off. Like, washable must mean if you get it in your clothes, it comes out, right? So like Crayola markers, those are washable. Or just like rose art markers. It's cheap, but like those are washable technically, right? Stop saying that they're washable. I feel like washable means like I could wash them off of my hands. And not like it just doesn't work. They're not work. It just triggers me. So like at my job sometimes like I'll I'll write out like papers. So my client that I work with, I have her like try to like trace her name and trace her like phone number and stuff like that. So in marker, well, like in a highlighter, I'll write it, and then we'll use like a washable marker on top of that, and she'll try to like trace it. And anytime I touch that marker, it just stains my fingers, and then it does not come off. Hand sanitizer doesn't take it off. Washing my hands doesn't take it off, and I'm over it. Figure it out. Whatever. Also, I have a crazy story to tell you in a little bit, which is regarding also my job that I work at. Um, I'll get to that though. But I guess like since we're talking about like kids and things like that already, kids that would eat weird shit when they were little, right? Like kids that eat weird stuff or do weird things like that. Like I don't understand it. Cuz like if it didn't taste good when I was little, I wasn't going to eat it, right? There's certain things that I don't like and I'm not going to eat them. So like let's just give an example like peas. I don't like the way that peas taste. To me it gives blood. Um but like how do you get into like eating boogers and stuff? Like I like have you ever had like you ever sneeze? I know, oh, my throat was like, yes. You ever sneeze and then like it's like and it gets like on your lip a little bit? Disgusting, right? And then like maybe you didn't get it all off and then you taste it a little bit, you want to fucking die. I'm not sitting there just like picking my nose and eating it. Like I just don't get how you get into that. Like if it's not good, I'm not eating it. Kids that they would be like, oh, we got to put away the glue, we got to put away the Play-Doh. You like certain kids can't have the Play-Doh and this and that. It'd be like it doesn't even taste good. Like and we all know that like come on. You've played with Play-Doh when you were little, and you know you didn't wash your hands after, and you know you went and go like went and ate some chips or something, and then you licked your fingers and it was like, "Ugh," and it tasted disgusting. I'm not eating Play-Doh. We've all licked it just to try it, right? Because you've seen those one kids that were just like eating that shit, and you're like, hey, maybe it is good. Nah, it's not good. Don't do it. I just don't understand that. Um, I guess like there was things when I was little that I would put in my mouth. Like in a previous episode, remember I was telling you that like my cousins would eat. I had certain cousins. Went over to their house. They were eating books, right? Uh, didn't understand it. The only paper that I've eaten was like I've eaten a piece of paper stuck on a now and later, right? Because I was like, fuck it. I'm not gonna rip it off. It's already stuck on there, and like those are trash candies. But I've eaten like the smallest bit of like a piece of paper that was stuck on there. Um, not proud of it, but I was a child. Okay, whatever. Um, what else? I would put Polly Pocket close my mouth and chew on those, but like, come on, everybody's doing that, and you know it, because that purple dress that Polly Pocket had, that was the best thing to chew on ever. Ugh, the water's cold. Hello, is there a piece of my hair stuck on there? Um, I had a Barbie water bottle. It was like super little. It was clear, and it had like the entire bottle was clear, and then even like the cap part was like it looked like a water bottle cap, but it was like still clear. But there was like a hole in the top of that, and no, there was a hole at the bottom of it for some reason. I don't know, like the bottom of the water bottle, and I would like put that in my mouth, and I'd suck on it, and I get it stuck on my tongue, and be like, and I'd pull it off. Um, Another thing that I would put in my mouth when I was little, those fucking baby doll bottles. You know, the little ones that you feed the baby with, and they're like filled with like orange juice or they're filled with milk, and then you turn it over and the baby's like gulp, 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 is drinking it up. Those always like fascinated me, and I was just like, that shit's awesome. Hear me out. They should make like almost like if you had like a regular water bottle, right? They should make a water bottle like this, but like a reusable one, but like it has like a layer so that when you go like this, it looks like there's orange juice or something in it. And then when when you're like, oh, I'm gonna drink it, and then you drink it, and it's like bloop, 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 it looks like it's like going in, like you're drinking it. It like almost like the baby bottles, like that. That'd be so sick. Ooh, I'm hyped. Somebody make that. Um, I'm surprised that I never would like chew on my Polly Pocket. Not my Polly Pocket. Where am I? My brain's fucking mush right now. Um, I'm surprised that I wouldn't chew on my Betty Spaghetti dolls, cause them shits, they were rubber. You know, they were real chewy. But I would always just play with those. I never really chewed on them. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Maybe because like they were too long of a thing. I'm not trying to put that in my mouth. It had to be something real small. Because then it gets wet. It's a mess. Whatever. So anyway, let me go back to this morning. Right. Um. Okay. What was I saying? Let me go back to this morning. I woke up and at 9 o'clock, I'm supposed to have an interview. Right. An interview with like a different place than I had yesterday. So I it's supposed to be at 9 o'clock. I get up and like I feel like shit. My body hurts. My eyes feel like they're gonna pop out of my body. Like feel like they're gonna pop out of my head. My head feels fucking fat, like actual fat head kind of thing, right? And I was like, I should just take a shower just to get it over with, right? I had 30 minutes. So I got in the shower, got cleaned up, and after I'm just like sitting there feeling like shit. I'm like, all right, it's 9 o'clock. This bitch hasn't called yet. Um, and she continues to not call. And then I start going through my emails and I see, okay, I confirmed with it, this and that. And then I get like another email, I guess like later on after I got the initial confirmation one. And it was giving a link to join a video call. And I was like, fuck. Because at this point, it's 9:12, 9:13, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get on a video call. So I join the thing, right? After I have to download a fucking app so I can get on there. I join it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to get away with not having my camera on. Because I feel like shit, I look like shit, and come on, I don't want to do it. So I get on the call and she's like, "Oh, hi. Can you turn your camera on for me, please?" Fuck. So I turn it on and I was like, "Yeah, just so you know, I am sick and I don't feel good." So I turn it on and my hair's all pulled up. My face is like sweaty, like cuz I just got out of the shower, so I'm sitting there and I'm just like I'm falling apart. My upper lip is sweating. The tip of my nose is sweating. And we're sitting on the phone for about 15-20 minutes and my hands are just dripping sweat. The backs of my legs are sweating. I like roll up my sweatpants and it was just a shit show. But I do have an interview to like actually go in on Tuesday. So I'm excited for that. Like I like the job that I got recently. It's like I'm gonna fucking break out of my neck right now. My skin's been like so itchy lately. My skin on my neck is really sensitive, so like sometimes if I scratch it too much, I'll get fucking like it like break out and get all red and irritated. Whatever. But I've been liking the job that I got recently, right? It's good pay. The traveling's not too much. I only have a couple clients that I gotta go see at their houses and I give them therapy. Um the thing that sucks though is that the parents like keep canceling on me. So I'm not even getting like the hours that I'm supposed to be getting and like that's shit. like this whole week one of my clients' moms, she's just like, "Yeah, we're going to have celebrations." So like I've just missed out on hours for an entire week for one of my kids. And it was just like, okay. I don't know, it's just kind of like a shit thing, but I'm trying to find somewhere where I could do the same thing and just like have like consistent hours. Like I just want to be able to like not worry about like damn my paycheck's going to be short now kind of thing cuz that's not fun. Um so anyway, let me get into this. The other day when I was at work, I have one morning client and I have one afternoon client. And uh sorry. And okay, I have one morning, one afternoon client. And my afternoon one, when I went there, it's like I have a 9-year-old and then I also have, well, sorry, I have a 9-year-old in the afternoon and she has a little sister, which is like, she's like fucking, she's got to be like three or four, right? And so her little sister has this thing where, well, they're both autistic. Okay. Her little sister has this thing where she likes to take liquids. So if she's going to drink this water bottle, instead of her just drinking the water bottle, she'll take the water bottle and like pour it on something that has fabric. And like for them, they have like a shit ton of what are those stuffed animals everywhere. So she'll like take the water bottle, pour it on a stuffed animal, and then suck on the stuffed animal to drink the stuff out of it. Um, any kind of liquid. So like she'll be stealing like the uncle's pops. She'll be stealing her sister's water bottle. Uh, any kind of liquid that she can get, she's doing that, right? She has like a popsicle, like one of those freezy pops. She'll take it out, she'll suck on it in her mouth, and then she'll spit it onto the stuffed animal and then suck it out. And it's gross, right? It's a thing. Her mom also doesn't watch her. So when I'm in the room trying to give her older daughter therapy, her other daughter's in there fucking running amok, right? Acting crazy. The other day, it was wild. I'm in there. I'm in there giving therapy, and her little sister comes in. Like, so the room is over here. They have the two beds in the room, all their stuffed animals in the closet and boxes. And I'm sitting at like a little small desk that we do like table work at out in the hallway. So like hallway, her beds, their beds. Um so I'm sitting there, and then her sister just like runs in really fast. Cuz when I'm not doing work with her, I'll sit at the table and like I'll like wait for a timer to go off and then call her over there. So her sister runs in the room really fast, and I was just like, okay. So I looked over at her, not her having a fucking mini shot bottle of Fireball. And it all happened so fast. Like she ran in the room, I seen the bottle, she like opened it really fast, poured a little bit onto like this fucking Elmo doll that was in there, put the bottle on the bed, and then the rest of it like fell over, spilled into the fucking mattress, and then she started sucking on the toy, and I was just like, oh my god, like it just happened so fast. And her mom's like fucking laying on the couch sleeping, and I just didn't even know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Like it just was happening so fast. And like the room smelled like alcohol after that, right? So I didn't know what to do. Like I was like, that's not my kid. I don't want to be telling her what to do. Like her mom never pays attention to her anyway, but it was just crazy as fuck to deal with. Later on, her mom comes in the room, right? Her mom comes in the room to like yell at her for something. And she was like, "What the hell? Where did you get that from?" And and then she like grabbed the bottle, couldn't find the cap. And she was like, "It's your uncle's fault. He never puts this stuff away." And like, look, okay, yeah, right. It's his fault. He should have put it away somewhere. But also, you're her mother. You should have been watching her. What the fuck? It was just wild. Like she's this type of chick where like you leave her alone for 2 seconds, she's on top of the refrigerator. She's standing on top of the stove. Like I've seen it. I've walked in before, and I was just like trying to get my shoes taken off and this or that or whatever, and she's like standing on top of the stove, and her mom's like, "Get off of there. It's hot. You're going to burn yourself." And it was like she's one of those moms that just thinks that she can handle everything by like yelling at them, and I don't know. She's definitely one of those apartment moms, where it's like you live in an apartment and there's a mom in there, and all she does is just like she's just yelling. She's just yelling all the time because she doesn't take care of them. She also doesn't work. Am I talking shit about her a little bit? Yeah. I mean, it's a wreck. But that shit was crazy. I just couldn't believe that she had like I can't believe she had Fireball. She drank some. That shit was wild. Um anyway, what is this thing about birthdays? I don't know if people still do this. Hold on, cuz I feel like I have to sneeze now. Never mind. I thought I had to sneeze. What is it about birthdays that people are like, hey, let's push their face into the cake? So you just bought this whole cake and you're gonna ruin it? Also, you're gonna push my face into the cake? It's not funny. I don't know. I have a traumatizing story about this actually. Um, my second birthday, my parents had like this huge cookout in the backyard. Everybody in the family was invited over. And I remember they had like these big white like tent things that were outside with like a bunch of like tables underneath it and chairs all set up and stuff. And when it was time for everyone to come sing me happy birthday, they stood me on a chair and they had this huge cake on the table. It was like a sheet cake, right? Like a whole sheet. And they stood me on the chair, everyone singing happy birthday, and then after they just like pushed my entire life into the cake. Like they pushed me into the cake. And I just didn't understand. Like I was like, okay, so it happened, right? I'm crying, and everyone is just laughing at me. And I never understood why that was so funny to everyone. Like like I said, you bought the cake. That's a waste of money, right? Because now my dirty fucking face is in it, especially being a 2 year old. Disgusting. You bought the cake. That's a waste of money. I'm crying because I don't find it funny because I'm 2 years old. Um, what is that? I don't get it. Also, let's start normalizing not having cakes for birthdays. I don't like a cake. If somebody bought me a cake right now, it'd be a fucking waste of time. I have to really be in the mood to have like cake. Has to be really like a good slice of cake. Has to be something nice, right? A nice kind of flavor on it. Um Cakes are just kind of trash. And cupcakes. I don't give a fuck about cupcakes. I don't give a fuck about cakes. Let's do cookies. Right? Cookies. Let's do a little cheesecake. Um what else would be good? Cookies. Oh, ice cream. Right? Let's do a little ice cream. You get to choose your own toppings, get a little toppings bar kind of thing going. Great. Because I feel like cake is just kind of, it's always a thick buttercream. Not many people are fans of buttercream. I am. Uh, but the cake a lot of the times fucking sucks. Like, cake is dry. I used to watch this lady on YouTube and she used to make cakes and she'd like make the cake and then she'd take like this liquid stuff and be like and like drizzle it into the cake and I was like, that's a lot of liquid to put in that cake, but I bet it was juicy. I don't remember what that shit was. Um, but that was probably a good cake. Every other cake that I've had, fucking trash. Um, anyway, I just wanted to use this as an excuse to get into the next topic, the last topic. A big thing that had happened to me when I was little, right? So, when I was little, I had to have been in first or second grade. One. So I was either like 6 or 7 years old, I think. Right? 2, 3, 4, 7. I think I was always like 5 years older than the grade that I was in. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like either 6 or 7 years old. Um, I remember my mom was like, you need to clean up your room. It's a mess. Because I had like toys everywhere. You know, like I just had toys everywhere because I just would go in there and I'd play. because I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, like do a bunch of shit. I would just play with my toys, right? So I had toys everywhere in my room. And I remember one time she was like, "You gotta clean your room. It's a fucking mess." And I was like, "No." I didn't say that to her, but like in my head, I was like, "Whatever." Like, whatever. It's just my room. It's toys. Whatever. Um. And then one time she was like, "You need to clean that room. That room needs to be cleaned this weekend, right?" And I was like, "Whatever." Not even thinking about it. Went to school on Monday, right? Went to school, and then when I came home, my door was locked. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, my door is locked. And then my mom went back there and unlocked my door and was like, she had said some shit like, I, what the fuck did she say? It was some asshole shit. It was something like, now you don't have anything to make a mess with. Something like that. And then like I went in the room, like when she opened the door, there was nothing in there. There was nothing in there but my bed, my blankets and stuff on the bed, and then there was like a little cabinet with like a little TV on it. Like she threw away all of my shit. She threw away all of my toys. She threw away the binder that was in there that had Pokemon cards in it. She threw away, like, I had just went to that summer. I went to one of my friend's birthday parties, and her mom took us to Build a Bear. I had a bear. It was like a black and cream colored bear, and I named it Jade, because I liked Jade from, what the fuck were those? Bratz dolls or some shit. And she threw that shit away too. She threw away all my stuffed animals. She threw away every single thing that I had. And I was just like, damn. It was that serious of a thing that my room was dirty, that you had to throw away every fucking thing that I had. I had these. Well, I had my Betty Spaghettis. She threw those away. I had these horses. I had like this Mulan doll with like these two horses. Um, that I would have her riding on, or my other Barbies. She threw away fucking everything. And that shit was crazy. And you know, like when I got older, I would kind of like laugh about it. And I'd be like, tell my niece and nephews and shit like that. I'd be like, yeah, you guys better clean up your room. You know, my mom threw away all my shit when I was little, because I didn't clean up my room. And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah, it was kind of crazy. And I'd like joke around about it, but I was like, that was kind of fucking traumatizing. Like, why would you throw away all my shit? Like, I'm a little kid. I feel like it's not even that serious. Also, like, why does it matter if the room's a mess? Like, there's not like human shit on the floor. It's just toys. Like, I'd be in there just playing with toys. I don't understand the point of her doing that, but I feel like my mom's one of those people that just kind of goes a little bit over the top sometimes. Like, even when the boys were like younger, there was like a story that they would tell about, like, I guess they were all in the back seat of the car and my mom was driving, and they were kind of like arguing a little bit over like who was going to be like the black Power Ranger or something, because they all had like their like little toys. And I guess she like grabbed all of the Power Rangers and just like threw them out of the fucking window, and then rolled up the window and just kept driving. And I don't know. Maybe like she shouldn't have been a mom or something like that. I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit too much. Like, hey, maybe I'll take all the Power Rangers and put them in the front seat, and then we'll talk about it when we get to the house, kind of thing, right? Look, I don't want to hear you guys arguing. It's not even that serious. They're just dolls. If we can't just share, then maybe we'll just put them away for a little bit until we're willing to share kind of thing. Not let me just take all these toys and just throw them out of the fucking window. Or like, oh, you didn't clean up your room? Hey, maybe you're not allowed to do this, or maybe you're not allowed to do this. Clean up your room. Or here, like, be like, hey, you're gonna help me, right? I'm gonna clean, you're gonna clean, kind of thing. Like, we can clean together if it was that serious. But she was just like, nah, I'm gonna throw all her shit away. Um, I still think about it a lot because I'm like, damn, I had a lot of Pokemon cards. I had a lot of Pokemon cards in there, and I wish I would have had those now because, like, it was cool. I had fucking Hello Kitty journals. I had, like, little diaries in there. All my Polly Pockets. Oh, what I fucking had was those. I had those little Pokeballs, right? When you opened them up, they had like the gold plated Pokemon cards inside of them. I think that you could get those like back in the day at uh Burger King. I had those. Fuck. Yeah, so that shit sucked. Anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Um, but thanks for hanging out with me. Today's just going to be a short little episode. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.